Hey, so I just got done shopping at Hobby Lobby. What a fantastic store that is. My van's telling me to put my seatbelt on. I better do that. So hey, I'm working on my van. This is a 2003 Ford E150. Has low mileage on it, and I'm making a camper van because it's all the rage right now, and that's what everybody seems to be wanting to do, is just bug out, right? So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And today I am working on trying to figure out how to make window coverings. I know pretty much zero about sewing, except for I really do know how to use a sewing machine, and that's a little scary, but it's true. I know how to use a sewing machine. My mom taught me when I was a kid, and I'm super grateful for that. I know just enough to be dangerous and to make sure I don't sew my fingers into the fabric. But I know very little about making like quilt kind of things or pillowcases, and that's like kind of what I'm thinking I'm doing. So I don't know if you can see back there, but I've got some thermal material that I've cut out for these back windows, and right now they're just kind of Velcroed in there, and they're doing a great job, like blocking out the sun and keeping things a little bit cooler back there in the summer months and hopefully warmer in the winter months. But they are just not very aesthetic. So I want to cover them, and I got this super cool fabric. I'm gonna do black on the side that faces out, right? So like if anybody's trying to look in, it's gonna be super stealth and you can't see in. But on the inside, I don't want just black, I want something cool. So I found this like wood grain pattern. So the inside will be like wood grain pattern, the outside will be black. And I can't wait to see how they come out. This is my Hobby Lobby shopping bag. Check it out. All right, Sewology. Awesome, I dig that. These are Velcro, and they're stick on and sew on. So I'm actually gonna have to use that for these because they're gonna have to go straight onto the glass, no metal for magnets. So that's what those are. Check out this fabric. Yeah, holler. Holla? Holler? I'm such a nerd. Okay, so that's my wood fabric that's gonna go sideways. I think that's gonna look epic. And then I got some basic black fabric for backside. I got some like industrial strength, not industrial, gosh, what's the word? This is upholstery thread. So what I'm hoping is to be able to sew this and actually like sew some seams kind of intermittently through here just to give it some strength. So I need it to go through all that material. What else do I got in this bag? This stuff's cool. Double fold quilt tape. Binding. I'm not sure if it's like sticky at all, but it's 7/8 inches wide. So decently wide enough to like make a seam. I don't know if you can see this. There we go. So I'm gonna try to use this black edging as like the seam that kind of goes around all these edges here. Also got some pre-loaded bobbin because I suck at loading bobbin. So hopefully that's enough black. I don't think I'll use the white, but I'm sure somebody will in our house. I have no idea if I can make this work, but I'm a can-do guy and I like to try new things, so we're gonna go for it. What's up, Sherman? You making some popcorn?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some coffee. I need some coffee so I can finish my sewing project. See my sewing project over there? I'm filming this for YouTube.
It's wooden.
Okay, this thing, this little tomato, it's a pin cushion. This brings back so many childhood memories. I just remember my mom's sewing kit and the pin cushion. I love these things. I've got my black fabric cut out. I've left about 1 inch of excess on all sides just to give myself a starting point. And I'm gonna ditch the rest of this fabric until I figure out my process. We'll check in later. All right, so man, I'm super jazzed about this fabric. Do you guys think it's awesome? I think it's awesome. Maybe I'm just nerdy, but I'm a fan. I think this is gonna come out fantastic. Let's cut this. All right, next up, I am going to unpackage this stuff and see if I can come up with a good plan for how to use this. This is gonna be my edging. It's gonna bind these two panels together. We'll see. So one thing is for sure, this one package that is 3 yards long, 2.74 meters, is gonna get me around 1 of my smaller coverings. I only bought 2 of these, so it looks like I'm gonna have enough to do my 2 small windows, but in order to do my 2 larger windows, I'm going to need 2 more packages for each. So my larger windows are about double the size of this. So I'm gonna need 4 more packages of these. Not too bad on the pricing. So I'm okay with that. And then check this out. So we can separate this for you. See that? Already folded and doubled. So it's like a lot of thick material. So that'll go around all the edge, Lord willing. I don't really know how this is all gonna come together, but I think it's gonna work. All right, so this is my other idea for getting these to basically stay put in the rear of the van, because they're gonna be able to actually attach to a metal frame. So what I'm thinking is to take these little magnets and hot glue them. I'm gonna hot glue them right onto these edges. So kind of 1 on every corner and maybe 1 in the middle. I'll hot glue those and then just sew around that stuff and hopefully just keep those in place. I'm not gonna go right on the edge because I want to leave enough room to sew around. And I still think even doing this is probably gonna cause some issues for me, but this is the only way I can think to get these on there in a way that I'm not gonna have to wrestle them around while I'm trying to sew. While I was doing this, using glue, I actually had another idea. I think I'm gonna actually use some spray adhesive to lock down the fabric on both sides of these before I sew, so I don't even have to pin it. So I used to be a painting contractor, and there's these rattle cans of spray adhesive. If you didn't know about those, go get them. They help with all sorts of stuff like this. So I'm gonna do that. You just spray it on real light, and then you can stick the fabric down, and then I'll reinforce it with the brother. Okay, so I'm moving to the backyard because I do not want to muck up our dining room table. This is where I sit and read in the mornings. It's a table that gets all kinds of junk on it. Bubbles, BBs. We have 4 kids, so it's our outside table, and you can do whatever you want on this table. We don't care. So here's where I'm going to do the spray adhesive job. And the spray adhesive I'm talking about, this stuff, gosh, I've probably had this can for like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years. Hopefully it still works. There's plenty in it. Super 77 made by 3M, multi-purpose adhesive. So I'm just gonna spray that on, glue that on, and then we're gonna sew. Okay, so this turned out really good. The spray adhesive works awesome. So I got everything really kind of buckled down there. If you notice, I did make sure to do this on the magnet side. So there's my magnets, because this is gonna go on the outside, facing the outside, so that it creates that stealth, can't see in kind of look. Cool. Let's do the other side. One trick, do half first. It was really hard to get that first one on, so I'm gonna do half first, and then I'll buckle down the other half. All right, top half is smoothed out. You're not gonna be able to get like every little wrinkle out because you're pushing it down onto this kind of squishy insulated material, so I'm not gonna stress about that too much. Now let's do the bottom half. So I sprayed adhesive on the top portion, and now I'm just kind of peeling it back up until, yep, that's about right there. And then I'm gonna spray this bottom portion and then fold it down, press it down. All right, you guys, I'm stoked on this. It's looking awesome. I got both sides glued down really well. I feel really confident now going into my sewing project. So I'm just gonna sew around all these edges, and then I'm gonna trim the excess fabric off, and then hopefully I can just use that banding and sew again around the edges with that banding and make it real nice and clean. I'll probably use the spray adhesive on the banding too, because this is the secret. I'm telling you. Stumbling across things. This is where my sewing machine lives. Actually, whoa, oh gosh, yikes. Is anybody else's house like this? We just don't know where to put all of the crap, right? Okay, so that's like some drying stuff. Ugh, I'm in the laundry room. Okay, here is the sewing machine. I bought this for my wife, like, because I thought it would be a super awesome present one year. I think it was maybe for Christmas or birthday, and I do think it was a good present. I think she appreciates it, but I thought it was like way more cool than it really was. I actually end up using it more than she does. I sew my jeans and I don't know, just random projects like this. So here we go. It's a brother sew like a pro. There she blows, the brother. Can you call it she if it's a brother? Probably not. Power cable, foot pedal, plug those in, and then we're gonna thread this thing up. All right, so I got my foot switch plugged in to the back. We can help. Call brother. Hey, if you've never used a sewing machine, don't let it intimidate you. Like they've got all these instructions all over it, so you just follow it, you know? I used to have to ask my wife all the time, like, hey, can you show me how to thread the sewing machine? And all right, I'm using black bobbin because I just want it to be dark and kind of disappear. I ditched my white one. I don't know where I put it, but we're gonna go black. That goes down in here.
What you doing?
I'm trying to fix the bobbin because it got all tangled or something, and I told YouTube that I didn't have to ask for your help anymore because I knew how to do all this, and now here I am stuck and asking for your help again. But you didn't understand it either, right?
I don't think so.
The sewing machine was saying error E6 code. So I looked it up and it said the bobbin case was tangled. So I just pulled out the bobbin case and now I'm trying to get it to work again.
Putting the lid on.
This is the top thread. Go down. Glory.
Did it grab it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have bobbin. I'm grabbing it with my scissors. Pulling it up.
Nice.
So I'm curious if like this thread for the bobbin is because it's so much thinner than my upholstery thread, if it's like creating issues or something.
Yeah, it might be.
I don't know. I'm gonna try it one more time. I'm not having any luck here. Back to the drawing board. The front side looked really good, but this side, yikes. Classic. I was like talking about how I'd never needed, I always used to have you help me, and then I didn't have to have you help me anymore because I figured it out. Now here you are helping me.
Soda?
Okay, so after all of this, I learned a lesson. You can't have bobbin thread that's thinner than the thread that you're actually using. So, lesson learned. It's working now. All right, so after a wrestling match, I was able to finally get this edge sewn. It's not perfect, but it'll work. And now I'm gonna trim the excess, and then we're gonna put the strip around the edge to clean it up. All right, so I'm pinning this edging around the edge, and I'm gonna end up sewing right along here. I'm gonna try to clean all this stuff up as best I can so it comes out like a clean edge. We'll see. These corners are a little tricky, but I'm gonna wrap that all the way around this, and I'm just kind of tucking this excess back behind on the black side because the black side's not going to be visible. So, see that? We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I've got the edging all pinned. This looks a little rough, doesn't it? But I think it's going to come out pretty clean. We'll see. Okay, so here is my finished test product. I'm actually going to use this, but I know I'm going to get much, much better. I've got 3 more of these to make, but I think it came out pretty good. My sewing skills are not up to par, but I'm pretty confident this thing's not going to come apart. So here it is, and I'll just kind of do a close-up of this edging. You can see where I got like super out of whack, but it's okay, right? I don't think you'll ever notice that when it's just like hanging up in the van. And I'm gonna do my best to try to get better at that. Maybe I'll watch some sewing videos or something to see what the tricks of the trade are. Maybe you guys know, and you can post about it or comment below. But that's the finished product. One other thing I might do is run some stitching across, like following a couple of these black lines just to strengthen it and make sure that nothing slips in there. But I don't know, that might be overkill. So there's the back side that will face outdoors. Again, you can see where I had some hang-ups with the sewing machine and just like kind of went back over. Actually, what happened was these magnets were really causing some issues for me. So trying to get around the magnets was really tricky. But again, I'm learning and I'm gonna get better. So let's go put this in the van and see how it looks. Moment of truth. Oh, it always feels good to get done with a project, but I still feel like I have so much work to do. And that was, I'm just gonna be honest, that was frustrating. I had a lot of frustrating moments. So, okay, so this is actually some black like poster board that I was using as like a blackout while I had that insulated material in there. So you can see what the sun was doing to this, just eating it up. But here's what it looks like if you don't have that, right? You just see all this like insulated material. Looks pretty creepy. It blocks everything out, but like people are like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, so that's what it looks like if you don't have the insulated material in there. It's kind of looks pretty ghetto and creepy, and my boys would say super sus. Yeah. All right, so drum roll. Let's see if this thing magnetizes to where it needs to be. So I'm looking, I kind of just hoping this thing shoots in there and these magnets are strong enough. Uh-oh. Okay, well, that is what it looks like. I am super pleased with that. Really, really pleased with that. The next, one of the projects I have on my list is to actually take this stuff off. So it's just plastic and tabs. And I actually want to get some wood, and I'll probably stain it to match and just replace that with some like real thin plywood. I think that would look super good. Definitely be more warm inside the van as far as aesthetics. But yeah, these magnets, man, I'm kind of bummed. I think I didn't get strong enough ones. I mean, they're definitely attaching. I just would love it to be like snapping on. So I may have to trade out my magnets and get something just a little bit stronger. It's in there. It's not coming out. But yeah, probably trim off a few more of these threads and we'll call it good. Nice. You can see it is super blacked out. You can't see through that at all. All you can see is reflection. See over here? Difference with that black material. Isn't that amazing? So. You guys, I'm so pumped. We finished the first project on the van rebuild. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I've got so many more projects in store over this next 6 months to a year. And so if you like this content, if you like what you're watching, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and let's keep this thing going. If you're interested in contributing to this project, one of the things I'm gonna do is put together an Amazon shopping list, and I'll put the link below, and you can buy stuff for the project. Watch us install it. It would be fun, right? I don't have a whole lot of cash to invest in this right now, and so this is just a way that we could keep this project going. If you're interested, give it a go. Till next time, we're all made in God's image, so let's be creative. Ah!